Hello guys and welcome to my new video. This one is about something that I've seen a few times and it struck me as not very good practice. Uh, it is using interfaces for data objects. This came up to me because I was doing certain things with some service which was returning huge data object, and then some people wanted to use it for different purpose than a data object, and they decided to use interface to basically split up the big object. So I have an example of this here. So we have a partial data processor which uses a service, and that service gives us our big data object, uh, which is here. So we got 7 properties and 3 extended properties, and we have overall photo string. And the intention is that basically someone decided that they don't need these all of the 10 properties, and we just need the 7 ones. So we just implement, we have this interface, and the big data implements this interface, and then our processor just uses that. So we get the data and cast it as an interface, and we use it as if it was normal object. So you might see already the problem here. It's just casting. So the data object stays the same. Basically, it's still the big data object. It's not an interface. It's not smaller or anything like that. It's a full object. If you run this and you do toString, which is this one, the process writes the data, and you can see that basically it's a big object still. So that doesn't help us at all with this. Uh, and and it's always a sign, like if I see that my data objects are implementing interfaces, it's something fishy is going on. So as you can see, it's usable, but I would not recommend it. Interface specifies your contracts, something that your object should do, not something that's like a data. I mean, if you are trying to do the domain objects in a way that they have implement all these methods that they can do, then maybe, but even then I would not, I would argue against that. I would recommend the interfaces to be used for services only or for certain other things, but mainly for services. Data objects should not be like implementing your interfaces. So the right solution here is to have a small object. So we add a small object, small data. Okay, so we have a public small data, uh, and we copy all these properties that we want from the big data. And I would go as far as say that well, your object should be as immutable as possible, but maybe not in this case. So, I mean, it's up to you what you decide. So when your service gives you back your big data, as it is here, you don't cast this as an interface, but you convert it to your small object. So you do this data and then do convert. Okay. And then you have your small data object. So now you do return new small data, and then basically you can do here equals big data dot property one, and you copy it for all the 7 properties. Okay, so now your object is as it should be. Hopefully this should build. Mistake, obviously. And now if you run this, yeah, okay, you cannot run this because the small data does not implement the override. So, okay, let me fix that. Just copy this and take away everything that's not needed. Okay, so you do this, and now look at this. Your object is basically what you expect. Uh, so your objects are smaller. You can convert. Now, if you want to save it via that service, you convert stuff back. And you can do this manually, obviously, as I did here. But if you are lazy, you would use something better, such as Automapper, which you just inject and configure in your program, and you're done. You don't have to do these conversions there and back then. So that's it, guys, for today's video. This was a bit shorter. Uh, if you have any issues, comments, please let me know. Like, subscribe. Um, if you have any code issues that you would like to discuss, also let me know and we can go over it. Yeah, have a nice evening. Have a nice day. See ya.